Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video I have for you a makeup tutorial. Now I'm going to be using products from Marshalls and from TJ Maxx from my recent adventure at TJ Maxx and at Marshalls. So if you guys are interested, just keep on watching. This is also going to be a review and first impressions of all the products that I did find. So like always, do not forget to subscribe, like this video, and give it a huge thumbs up. And anyways, let's go on and get started with this video. So I went in with my Urban Decay brow box. I swear to you guys, this has been like the only tool that I've been using for my eyebrows. I took this for vacation. It's amazing, and I love the way my eyebrows look. They don't look too dark, and they don't look like off in color, you know what I'm saying? So I really like this. I got this at TJ Maxx and also at Marshalls. And the thing I also like about this brow box comes with a couple tools as well, so you can use that for your eyebrows. Now I'm going to go in by priming my eyes, and I usually like to use a concealer, but recently I've been really into using just this Sigma product called the Eyeshadow Base Primer. This one is in the shade Ignite, and you can find this at Sigma. You can also use my code to get 10% off any Sigma products from their website. I will leave the code down here if you guys are interested. Just so you guys know, I have seen Sigma beauty products at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I have bought some brushes from there as well. So just an FYI, if you ever see Sigma Beauty at TJ Maxx or Marshalls, make sure you get it because they are amazing products. I'm trying to get into using newer products. So that's why I'm showing you guys all the things that I've been using recently, so that you guys know what has been working for me. So I'm gonna put this all over my eyes. This thing is like very creamy. I like it that it's just right here. I don't really have to go in with my concealer. So now I'm gonna go in with the most exciting part of this video. Is going to be trying out the Too Faced White Peach Palette. This is what it looks like. I got this for $22.99 at the last Marshalls that I went to. I do own the Too Faced Peachy Matte Palette. This one is what I'm talking about. And this was one of my favorite palettes that I bought. I actually bought this full price. And I love the eyeshadows. They really work nicely, especially if you like creating like more natural looks. But since I found the Too Faced White Peach palette, I decided to buy it because the other one was actually pretty good. But if this does not work out, I did also pick out another palette from Smashbox. This one is the Cover Shot Pink's Palm's Eyes palette. It comes with 6 mini shadows, and the top here you can use it as a highlighter, also as eyeshadows as well. But I really love this eyeshadow palette. It's like very summery. I'm gonna see if I can use both of these palettes together in this video, but we will see. We will see what we come up with. So this is the Too Faced White Peach palette. Love the packaging. And I'm gonna open it up and show you up close the shadows. One other thing I do love about this, you guys, is that it smells just like peaches. Like it has like a really peachy scent to this palette, and I'm in love. So I decided to do this eye off camera just because I was having a little bit of a trouble coming up with an eye look using this palette, just because I tried a couple of these colors up here and they were a little bit light on me. It really didn't show up that much or that well on my eyes. The glittery shadows are quite nicely, like you can definitely come up with a look, but I wanted to create more of a smokier look for this with this eyeshadow palette, just because I haven't done like smoky eye looks in a while. So I'm gonna take the color Sweet Fig, and I'm going to apply that just all over the eyelids, just because that is the most intense purpley color from this palette that I think shows up a lot better on my eyelids. So keep that in mind when you are working with these eyeshadows, that they are a lot lighter. With medium, you can definitely get away with using the palette, but if you have a darker skin tone or anything like that, I think this is going to be a little bit harder for you to work with. So I'm just taking the color Fig and just putting it all over my eyelid. And now we're gonna go in with the color on the grill, which is this color here. I'm gonna take the Morphe Y18 brush, which is this one over here, and I'm gonna take that color and I'm gonna apply that right in the outer corner of my eye. So I'm now going to go in with a fluffier brush. So I'm going to go in with my Morphe M573 brush, and I'm just going to take a tad bit of that color. And I wanted this to look transitional, so I don't want it to look like there's a harsh line here, as you can see. So all I'm doing is kind of with my brush working it upwards. Like instead of going back and forth, go in circular motions. That'll kind of like get rid of any harsh lines. So now that we have that in place, I'm now gonna go in with the color Peach Passion, which is this purpley shade. It's a glitter purpley shade, which is really pretty, you guys. I'm gonna go in and I'm taking my Sigma F70 concealer brush. And what I'm doing, I'm just packing the color all over the eyelid. So now I'm taking a makeup wipe and I'm just gonna clean off any of the fallout from my eyes. And I'm also going to clean that corner there. So I'm going to take a little brush. I'm going to go in with the color Peach Ice. And I'm going to apply that right in the inner corner of my eye. Now I'm going to go in with a sponge that I found recently at Marshall's for $3.99. This is called the Japonesque Midori Beauty Sponge. I decided to buy this because I like trying out different sponges, especially different beauty sponges. And this to me just really called my attention. They also had a pink one as well, but I decided to get the black one because it reminds me of my beauty blender as well. So I'm gonna go wet this and then we're gonna give this a try and see if it works good or not. So I already wet my sponge. You can see it grew from being a little tiny sponge to this huge sponge, and I love like the watercolor effect that it has. And so I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation in the shade 300. This has been one of my favorites. I'm gonna give it a little shake. I've already applied some primer already before putting on this foundation, so just so you guys know. And I'm gonna go in with the sponge now. So here we go. I thought this sponge was pretty affordable compared to what the actual sponge is, the beauty sponge, which is like $20. Only $3.99. I mean, you can't beat that. That's pretty good. And so far, you guys, this is definitely blending it really nice. Wow. It definitely feels like the product is just not sitting on top of my face. It definitely blended it quite nicely. And I really like it. I really like this sponge. I'm pretty impressed with it. And I'm gonna definitely continue using it because I've tried other sponges, you guys, and most of the sponges that I've tried are very stiff. But this one, so far, I am liking. I'm gonna go in with the Marc Jacobs concealer. This one is the Accomplice Concealer in Medium 33. And the thing I like about this is that it's very creamy. But you don't get a lot of product, which is honestly such a bummer. I do gotta say though, a little goes a long way. You don't need a lot of this. So we're gonna go in with the sponge and the concealer and see how that applies. I'm gonna go in now with the powder and I'm gonna show you using the same sponge how it works. This is the Allure Mercier powder in translucent. And what I like to do is just, instead of like sweeping it back and forth, I just dab the sponge like that and kind of melt the powder into my skin so that way it looks flawless. So I'm gonna try a bronzer, you guys, that I found at TJ Maxx for $14.99. It is the Marc Jacobs Instamark Light Filtering Contour powder. The reason why I got this is because I love Marc Jacobs, you guys. I love their packaging. It's so sleek looking and love it. So this is the bronzer, and when you open it up you get a little thing here which covers the package, and here is the bronzer. So I am going to try it out and see. I do feel that it might be a little bit too light for me, but we're gonna see. I'm gonna take the Morphe N437 brush and I'm just going to dab a little bit of this into my brush, and we're just going to contour the cheeks. Oh wow, it actually shows up. I was a little bit scared that this bronzer wasn't going to show up on my skin tone just because I thought it was going to be a little bit too light for me, but it's actually showing up quite nicely. So it's definitely blending like butter, you guys, and it's not giving me any like patches, which is one of the things that I always look for when I do get a bronzer. I want to make sure that it blends nicely with my foundation and everything else So far I do like the powder. Totally going to use this, you guys, and I love that it's from Marc Jacobs. And now we're gonna go in with the Radiant Matte Bronzer by Too Faced called Sweetie Pie, which I also found at Marshall's for $12.99. This is definitely more shimmery, you guys. It's not gonna be a bronzer that it's matte, but I figure I use it for this tutorial as well, just to show you how it works. So I'm gonna go in with a brush, and I'm just gonna swirl bronzer on my brush, and I'm just gonna apply this on my cheeks. You guys can see. Ooh, it's a really pretty bronzer. You can see it gives you a little bit of a pink tone to it. So it's not like completely matte. It has a little bit of shimmer, but definitely like a pinky bronzer. Really pretty. I don't even have to really use a blush because this already has like a pink tone. Definitely a must, you guys, if you do find this. I do like it. I mean, it's up to you whether you want to buy it or not, but I do recommend it if you're into those kind of bronzers where it gives you almost also a blush. So it's like 2-in-1, you know what I mean? So I really like it. The last things that I like to do is my highlight. So I'm gonna go in with this Becca Golden Trio that I found at TJ Maxx for $14.99. It's valued at $57, but you get 3 highlighters. You get the Champagne Pop, which is one of the best highlighters, Opal and Moonstone, and these are all pressed powders, so pressed highlighters. They're not the creamy highlighter version, they're the pressed ones. Moonstone is also a really nice highlight as well, but the only thing is that it's a little bit lighter for my skin tone, so I don't really like to use it, but it's very close to Champagne Pop. As you can see, just a tad bit lighter than Champagne Pop. I would say this would be perfect for lighter skin tones. This one's Opal, and I'm going to show you Opal right here. And that's Opal, you guys. So those are the 3 highlights, from the top being Champagne Pop, middle Moonstone, and the last one Opal. I'm going to take my Champagne Pop. This one's the White 13 brush by Morphe, but I feel like the highlight goes a lot better with this brush. I don't know, for some reason it's more precise and the bristles are more dense. So that is the highlight called Champagne Pop. So these next 2 things I found recently at Marshall's for $5.99, and I'm going to tell you guys, Marshall has been popping with their makeup. Like, most of these products that I use today in today's video are from Marshall's. So these are from the brand called Lorac. They're called Lorac Pro. These are the Matte Goddess Pro Liquid Lipstick Sets, and you get 4 lippies or 2 lippies in each package. They're originally $19. See, so these are the 4 lippies that I bought at Marshall's, and for $5.99 it's not bad. So the first color is called Soft Mauve, and then the other one is called Plum Pink, which is more of a pinky color. And a lot of these are very liquidy, you guys, but they're gonna dry matte. This other one's called Plum Brown. Yep, and they're really pigmented. I'm quite impressed with these. They are definitely quite pigmented. This other one's called Soft Pink. This is probably not my shade, probably too light for me, so I'm going to put this back. I'm going to go in with this color called Plum Brown. I don't know how this is going to look with this look, but we'll see. It might work out better. So I don't know if you guys can see, now that the lipstick has dried, you can see right there that it dried matte, and a really pretty matte too. I'm gonna go in with a setting spray from Allure Beauty. This is from TJ Maxx for $4.99. I found this, and it is a mist and set, so you can put this before you apply your makeup, or you can put this after to set your makeup. And this is in Rose Hibiscus, which is really nice. So now that I'm done with this makeup look, which I feel turned out pretty good, I do like it a lot, especially for the nighttime. I think it's going to look really nice if you are going to the club, or you're going to a night out, you know, just to the city or whatever like that. Overall, I am quite impressed with most of these items that I used today. I'm going to recommend 3 products for you guys that I think is worth your money. I do like the Marc Jacobs bronzer, the Dream Filter bronzer. I totally recommend you guys get this bronzer, you guys. I also recommend the Sweetie Pie bronzer. That is a really nice bronzer because you do get 2 in 1. You get a blush and also a bronzer, so you kind of get both. Third thing I do recommend you guys is the lipsticks, like the Lorac Pro lipsticks. I do love. I'm going to show you guys. It's transfer proof. So this is definitely something that's going to stay on you for a long time. So I love the Lorac Mod Goddess liquid lipstick sets. Totally recommend that. And last but not least, I want to talk about the Too Faced White Peach palette. Do love the eye look that I did create with this, you guys, but I do not care so much about these colors up here. If you are more of a lighter complexion, this palette is probably going to be your go-to palette because it's more geared towards light, pale complexions. Not so much for medium or dark skin tones, but I did make it work. I did try to use most of these colors here, which is going to probably be more for medium skin tones. I'm going to show you swatches so you see what I'm talking about with it being very light. So that's one of them. So you see how light these colors are. Now they do show up on my skin tone, you guys. They do show up, but when you blend it in, I mean, it doesn't really do it for me. I feel like overall, do you need the palette? No, you don't need it. You can create this eye look with another palette, but I do love these shimmery shadows. They're really nice. That is my opinion, you guys. If you do have any thoughts about the palette or any other products that I did use, make sure you leave it down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on my next video.